Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching TV 23.
Is one of the oldest, probably one of the most used heat houses in the United States. We utilized that for a long, long time. A lot of people ask, well, when did you guys get started? Well,
My name is Stephen Ashby. I'm an instructor at the Mississippi State Fire Academy. I'm the program coordinator for the Fire Academy for elected and public officials.
You guys to do the moonwalk. All right, you know what I'm talking about with that hose? Well, get ready, because when you open it up all the way, you will not be going forward. You will be going backward. You might even be going on toes like that.
This has been a wonderful course for the fire departments all throughout the state. Fire departments, combination departments, career, even volunteer, have an opportunity to bring their elected official, whether it be alderman, alderwoman, board of supervisor, mayor, senator, representative. But they're able to come here to the Mississippi State Fire Academy, learn a little bit more about how the fire service is put together, so that when they do go back to those boardrooms and make decisions on possible gear or equipment that they might need, they're very knowledgeable on not only what type of equipment it is, but whether it fits their needs or not. This also allows elected public officials, while they come here, they're able to give information from the Rating Bureau on how they could get a better rating with their department or agency. Also, we had the Fire Marshal's office come in and talk about rebate money. And then we go over the fire organization that takes place in the classroom, exactly the reason why the red trucks go up and down the roads like they do. But when we come out here to the outside activities, it gives them a wonderful opportunity to live through the eyes of a firefighter. And living through the eyes of a firefighter, they're able to put the gear on from the helmet all the way down to the boots and kind of experience a little bit in 2 minutes of what a firefighter experiences when they go into a real live situation.
Group 2. How many in Group 2 are going into heat house? All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
How does it actually feel to go inside of a heat building? Ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 barriers inside that gear that we utilize. One, the outside is protect the fire. The middle liner is to protect us of the heat. And the inner liner, it allows us, our skin to breathe. But when you start hitting temperature of about 900 to 1,000 degrees, you have to have the right equipment.
This is the hero of Vicksburg right here. This is going to be the man that's going to come through all of the heat and smoke. And I will be waiting for him on the other side.
Taking it for the team.
Hey, you heard him say he's going to take it for the team, man.
The temperature is getting up to maybe 1,100 degrees. Our gear is not rated for high temperatures, but for that 900 to 1,000 degrees we can handle. It's more about the tactics and of what we utilize, but we also have to be acclimated to it. When elected officials come here, just putting on the gear in 5 minutes start to get warm because they're not acclimated to it. So you can imagine once they venture into a heat building.
It's going to be dark looking in there. It's going to be pretty dark in there. You go in there, open up all the way when the instructor tells you to, okay? Turn the nozzle, reach the end, turn it to the right a little, sweep it side to side, put the fire out, the instructor will tell you the fire is out.
This is the reason why we train like we do every day, the reason why we have to stay in condition, because not only does our life count on it, but your life depends on it as well.
right, we're gonna be on the nozzle. He's on the nozzle. All right, you behind this person. Go in. Lean to the left. There's a wall on the left. It's okay to remove one.
There's also benefits, like I said, departments all throughout the state. Because actually when that elected official or the public official, it lives through the eyes of a firefighter, they do have a little bit better understanding of what their needs are. So when they do make decisions in the boardroom, it not only benefits the city, but that department as well.
Breathe. Let's go.
Where's Willis, man? Hey, is that Willis? You lying, boy. You lying.
Hello, Vicksburg. This is Alderman Willis Thompson here at the Mississippi State Fire Academy. We've been here this morning going through some exercises on what the firemen have to learn in order to serve you as firefighters. We just come out of a heat simulation where we put out 2 fires. It's kind of hot in there. And it's also, it just gives me a good idea of what the firemen have to go through each time they enter into a burning dwelling and the way they put their lives at stake. So this was a good simulation. What it is actually is Elected Officials Day, where mayor, alderman, any officials from any municipality in the state can come in and partake of this training. Myself and Alderman Mayfield took part in the classes this morning. And I took part of the simulation going into a burning dwelling. So I understand that there's a lot that they have to learn, and a lot of rigorous training they have to go through to be able to safely fight fires and serve our citizens. So if anything, it's increased, but there's always been much respect for me because I have an understanding of what they have to partake of in order to do this job. Shout out to Vicksburg Finance, Vicksburg Fire Department. This is Alderman Willis Thompson here, also your fire commissioner, saying we appreciate what you do.
Hello everyone, I'm Deputy Chief Mark Hales. I represent the fire suppression side of the Vicksburg Fire Department. What we're doing out here today is a wonderful event. It happens yearly. I'm here at the State Fire Academy in Mississippi with some of our elected officials from the city of Vicksburg. This is Elected Officials Day. At the State Fire Academy, they get to come and experience some of the events that a fireman would typically experience, possibly during the day's life cycle. We have Alderman Michael Mayfield and Alderman Willis Thompson. Alderman Thompson just did a live scenario in the heat building. He did very well. He got a good appreciation of what it's like to be in the equipment that we use and what we might experience in a few minutes. Also, Alderman Michael Mayfield was able to experience some of the unique structures and the available opportunities that the Academy offers us through the Department of Insurance. It was a wonderful day for all involved, and I invite and would hope that anybody would take advantage of what the Academy offers, and we typically do that as often as we can through the Vicksburg Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Kim Houston. I'm Councilwoman for Ward 4, Meridian, Mississippi, and I'm excited to be here to learn more about what firemen have to go through, and the training has been great, and I think it's important that we help support our firemen, our police officers. Just from this training, we see how they put their lives in danger on an everyday basis, and as a community, I think we're just going to have to do more to support their efforts and make sure they have everything they need to continue to protect us. This distinguished gentleman next to me is from Vicksburg, Mississippi, and I'm going to allow him the opportunity to tell us a little bit more about why you're here and what do you plan to do.
Let me say this to you. I've been an elected official now for almost 19 years. I started out with the Board of Supervisors in Warren County, and I went over to the city a little over 8 years ago. And so I've had both spectrums, okay, with the volunteer fire department, with the county, and then I'm over here with the city. And most people don't realize that the city of Vicksburg runs the fire and the ambulance, and then we have rescue. We're the only ones in the state of Mississippi that does that. And not only that, this is the first opportunity that I've had to come over and be a part of, actually see how these guys do what they do.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm very fortunate that we have our new alderman here, Mr. Willis Thompson, that I might say saved me today because he chose to be the one to go into the firehouse and so forth. And it's a newfound respect
Yes,
for what the firemen do on a daily basis. And just to see the turnouts that they have to put on, the oxygen, and all the other apparatuses that they have to do to prepare themselves to go into a situation that might be to save a life or to save property itself.
Yes.
And I'm going to leave here today feeling that I have a newfound respect for what these ladies and men do on a daily basis.
Yes.
So I'm glad I made it here.
I'm glad
I'm glad you got an opportunity to come, being that you're newly elected.
Yes.
And so that means that when something comes before us pertaining to the fire department, we can make a more knowledgeable decision on what they face and what they need to do their jobs and do it adequately.
That's right.
So again, Vicksburg, I'm glad to be here. I'm equally glad that Alderman Thompson chose to go into the firehouse and do what they do. He still looks good. I don't see any wear and tear on him. Of course, you know, I may end up having to drive home now. You know, he drove me over here. So, you know, I'm prepared to, if I have to drive home, I drive home.
You got it.
And let him sleep. You don't have to be in all that heat. And I'm out here in the cool. But nonetheless, it's good to meet you.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully you and I both can make a better decision now.
That's right.
As it relates to our
Maybe
perspective.
we can even be proactive
Hey,
on some things.
that's always the key. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.